What's up, freaks? This is just me, and today we're taking a look at the best calf in the side poses when the bodybuilder kicks it back in that kind of Dorian-esque fashion. So to make this 100% clear, we're only considering these executions of the side chest you can see on the screen, and the side triceps too, when the bodybuilder is consciously showcasing one calf in the back. Some of the guys lean back, some don't as much, but that really doesn't matter. Remember, we're only focused on the calf itself, not the pose as a whole. And we're gonna do this in increasing order from the quote unquote worst to the best of the best. However, for the record, this is a personal preference based type of a list, so it's possible and probable that we're not gonna agree on everything. Now let's start already, right? With our first entry, Lee Priest, the guy from the 90s and 2000s. These first few guys are gonna be just kind of one hit wonders, I guess, of whom I was only able to find one picture or two. That's why here the picture is so shitty. Really, very few people seem to hit this particular way of the side pose throughout their whole career, so many of the picks were just scarce. Anyway, Lee Priest, I just want to mention him. Moving on, we have Jay Cutler, obviously a four-time Mr. Olympia in the 2000s, who doesn't do it this way normally, so we only got one pick. His calf definitely looks respectable though in this pose when he does it like this. He's always had pretty good calves. Another kind of a lesser known guy in this pose, we got Alexander Fedorov, who competed mainly in the 2000s. His calf has a nice pleasing shape. I like this kind of a round look, but I guess it's personal preference and it doesn't really matter. Alex Fedorov and his calf looks pretty impressive. Here, that's why I'm including him. And also look at the side tricep pose. It looks very good overall. But on with the list. Here's Mike Marazzo, who once hit this pose, not a mandatory even, but his calves looks pretty good too, so I'm including him here. He was a bodybuilder coming from the 90s and had arguably the best calves ever. But here, when he kicks the calf back, it doesn't transfer that well. And now we have a current guy competing these days, Hunter Labrada. He really keeps his execution rolling in today's lineups, and he has a good side tricep pose. The calves here are looking very fine. And very conveniently, we have his dad next. That's Leo Labrada, mass with class. Now he doesn't look like he has a whole lot of mass in his calves, but see how shredded he is there on the left? All the veins he's got in the calf. And on the right, for a change, it looks bulbous for some reason. And the 80s and 90s, when he was competing, remember, he didn't need to be so huge overall. I'm not really sure where I should place him, but I know he's got to be on the list. Moving on to Vince Taylor, who also comes mainly from the 90s era and surprised me in this shot because his calf looks really good. A cool shape it has. I like it personally quite a lot. It's true he's not hitting the post to spec, really, but I do still appreciate the calf muscle there, and so can you. But now let's continue. We have Sean Ray in 5th place overall on this list. A guy also from the 90s, and his calves I don't think were that awesome, but here in this sort of pose where he's kicking the calf back, it looks really, really good. So I'm putting kind of an asterisk on this Sean Ray, but he is still featured. And his calves, it's not like they're bad overall, so yeah. To the top 4 guys in the calf department in this position, in my estimation. Here we got the 4th place, the Shadow himself, Dorian Yates, a 6-time Olympia champion in the 90s. And no, he's not first. He doesn't top the list because I wasn't able to find any pictures where his calf looked out of this world good. I only found this. Don't get me wrong, it still looks good here, but for instance, Uh, he's got a ton of vascularity, yes, but frankly, I thought his calf was gonna look even better. But this is how I see it now. He's not the best ever. I'm not sure the pics make him justice, though. I don't know. I couldn't find the calves looking better. Anyway, he's definitely iconic in this shot and belongs on this list. Doesn't really matter what his placing is. Next, we got third place. This is Luke Sando. May he rest in peace. He competed not that long ago in the 2010s, and I believe he usually did the side tricep this way. For my money, his calf is better than anyone's we've seen so far, at least in this concrete pose. His calf is big, thus it jumps out more, although the insertions could be better lower. Anyway, let's move on to second place finisher, a guy who doesn't execute this way anymore, as far as I know, but he used to do it for a long, long time throughout the 2010s. This is, of course, William Bonac. He's got good calves, and it shows in this position. William's calf has a great shape, as I see it, and it looks very impressive and chops out more than, for example, Dorian's calf, in my opinion. But we need to get to the number one pick, and this is gonna be the best calf you're ever gonna see in the pose, in my opinion. Competing in 2010 era, we have Dallas McCarver. May he also rest in peace. I'm sure he is. Now look at that picture on the right. The left one doesn't do him as much justice. I only included it for so you could have multiple looks on his calves. But on the right, that's incredible, right? His calves are so big, it's marvelous. All the previous bodybuilders we saw had calves, but Dallas really has more cows. They're grown up. The size is just unbelievable. And the insertions. I have this calf easily winning in this video. So guys, what do you think about my picks and the video overall? I hope you find it interesting. I sure do, because I've always admired this Dorian-esque execution of the side try, so I'm very happy that I could make the list. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I would appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to watch some best calf videos and also like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.